a very intelligent person. I think he, addresses a lot of problems and has a lot of insight. Unfortunately, there was some verbosity in these emails, where the email boxes were getting stuffed, damaging communication channels, and we actually had to have the email going to a folder so that, when we could get around to it, we could, read it. I mean, getting huge emails, and nobody had the time, and we could actually miss something that's important. So I think, people have to be concise. And actually, I was going to say, he's a friend. He's safe to be around in the elevator. I know his kids. I mean, that's not relevant to, this particular thing, though. I mean, I think people need to be concise and, address, particular issues when people need to know about it, right?
Hello, council members. I hope you keep focused on the fact that we're voting on a bill of particulars on our colleague Frank. And I know we've had a chance to study it, but we never received the attachments till this day. I know we had a couple of presentations by Ms. Feinmel, right? Ms. Feinmel and Ms. Tang spoke. We've had you could perhaps consider that, in fact, an attachment. It's at least a giving of some sort of testimony or evidence in this particular matter. However, there is one thing we should all keep in mind in our particular situation here. We are under the RIRA Constitution, that is true, but we must also keep in mind our higher code of governance, as it were, which is obviously the U.S. Constitution that we're all protected by. Therefore, if I wanted to write a letter, put it in the wire, and say, Ellen, you can't run these meetings properly, it's my opinion you can't, and I see that they've become chaotic. We had the 2.5-hour public access session. I didn't like it. I'm voicing my opinion. I'm perfectly within my rights to do so. Cynthia, we know the Korean Peninsula is currently divided. Why is it divided? It's divided because North Korea, you can't say something like that about the supreme leader. They will put you to death if you do. And what they're trying to do tonight to Frank is very similar. Because expulsion from our organization is a sort of social death. And so I want everybody to consider very carefully that he's being punished or put to death figuratively for exercising a constitutionally protected right to free speech. No way has he ever said anything that was defamatory about Ellen. And that, at least, is my opinion. Ethel, we are allowed to write and publish and say what we want about Ellen, about Ethel, about anyone, about Barack Obama. Who cares about the Pope? It doesn't matter. And so, okay, that is all I have to say. I want you to consider that we're lucky to live in a country where we have free speech, freedom of the press, and that's it.
I would just like to start by saying those famous words, with great freedom comes great responsibility. And I think that my responsibility as a council member is to protect the council and to protect the ability of others to participate effectively in this council and this organization, and to protect this organization's ability to function effectively in its role in the community. That's what this is about. This is not about persecuting any individual. This is about protecting our organization and protecting the right of people to participate in this organization without facing harassment or bullying or being afraid of public libel and defamation that can cause things like, as we heard people come speak this evening, or our vice president speak, can have incredibly damaging repercussions in their professional lives and their ability just to take care of themselves and their family. This is not the first time that this issue is being raised. This is not simply killing someone and giving them the death penalty at the first offense. This is an issue that has been ongoing for years. And as the behavior is not corrected, so we have to modify our response in order to be able to correct it. This is, it's our responsibility to make sure that people can participate freely and that no one has to be afraid of libel. And free speech is free, but there are also legal limits on it. Defamation is not legal, libel is not legal, slander is not legal, and it is not legal to shout fire in a crowded theater. So this is not about having free reign, this is not about personal vendetta, this is not about punishing anyone, this is about making sure that we protect people's ability to participate and we protect the organization's effectiveness.
Hi, my name is Cynthia An. I respect all the Common Council member here and public audience here. And I also feel very sorry many members supported by Mr. Frank Farance of his activity of this community. In the meantime, I find Mr. Frank is very informative and intelligent and very knowledgeable and very helpful for me because a lot of issues that I did not understand or I didn't know what's going on, he informed most than any member here. So I feel very valuable. He should be in the community person. And I understand that he generated some letters about the river cross privatization issues. It could be really conflict people's money involved issues that feel don't like about what's going on, that letter, that personally they want not to be revealed, so they personally would not like his activity, that I can perfectly understand. But that's not a good reason to expel him in this community. Also, Cherry Blossom, I understand Ms. Lynn Strong worked very hard and I respect, and I don't know much about the financial work, but I'm sure she's very honest. Even Mr. Frank said that we needed to clarify those financial accounting. I never suspected Lynn was any cheater, or I never suspected Lydia Tang as any wrongdoing. So it didn't really affect credibility. And plus the lawyer last year was something was the internet that he wrote. I don't know how much you really damaged in fact. Sorry that you're concerned, but so far I don't see much damage. I don't think you are very respectable in your profession. And also what's happened a year and a half ago, we resolved. I don't think it should be putting back, because if we will bring back, that's an endless conversation. So that's leave it alone. What's a past resolution and future resolution too. So we have to deal with exactly what real issue we are concerned. And the new members, 7 or more members get hurted by him. I'm very sorry, but when we acting together, accusing him like this would be more hurt. And I hope that Frank stands strong, not to get hurt personally. And I can only vote one vote for myself, for what I believe. So I respect you all, and I hopefully think deeply about this.